Yeah, the YouTube is Livery here. We're on the ground in Canberra. It's a very dark and stormy night out there. We've got the TFDi 717 sitting at the gate. Apparently we don't have the ability to spawn GSX because we've got some weird things happening at Canberra. It thinks there's two airports in Canberra, and this isn't the primary one. The primary one's over there in the RWF base. So I'll have to do some scenery matching and whatever. But there's a big event on every Monday called Milk Run Monday, and I want to be flying in that. So instead of fixing up this scenery problem, I'm going to go ahead and fly a 717 over to Sydney in the rain. You can see the rain beating on to the 717 here. We're going to go ahead and turn on the 717 in just a second. Hello to Aviation Expert, welcome to the live stream. This will be a relatively short flight from Canberra to Sydney. I haven't actually set up the flight plan yet. I should probably do that now. Actually, I kinda did. Alright, we'll send that up to here. Go ahead and print. Canberra to Sydney. Now, I may be pleased to know that I have a landing rate monitor this flight, so I'll get to see what the landing looks like. Also have the old checklist out. So let's look at our flight plan here. We have 41.0 tons in this wonderful thunderstorm outside. Cool. And the fuel on board shall be 4919. Just getting that sorted over here. Setting the payload and the fuel to the sim. Hi there, the Renaissance. How are you doing? Okay then. It's probably time to turn on the battery here. Gee, it's well past time to log in as well. QJE. I haven't said it yet. Column 230. $15.20. Just a 30-minute flight, and it's QJet. Battery is sorted, and I'll turn on all the wonderful sounds. Just going to pop out the chat. There goes the sticky shaker. Enjoy the weather indeed. There we go, going to turn up the screens a bit. Let's maximise them all. It's FMS Boeing 717-200. It'll be our 715 engines. We have an active database on 24th of April. Current date is the 22nd. Flight plan. Okay, going from Canberra, YSCB. Going to Sydney, YSSY. Alternate is YWLM. Home of the 717. And the flight plan is QJE 1520. Flight level 230. Cost index will be 30. Block is 4.9. Take off gross weight. Take that off a flight plan. 45.6. Zero fuel weight is 41.3 actually. And the takeoff config center of gravity 20.4. And zero fuel weight should be about 18. Jet A1 on board. Okay, flap will be 18, that'll be 13 for the big runway here. Slope is 0, wind is probably a bunch of wind. Let's have a listen to the ATIS to catch it, 127.45. Not coming through on voice. Go to the meta then. Canberra 1503 with thunderstorms, so it's not much. Yeah, it's only 3 knots. Outside air temperature 17. And our flexing is going to be, just pick it up from that thing here. Okay, the outside air temperature, 17. Wind is only 3 knots, actually it's, what was it again? Wind is 150 at 3. QNH 1023. takeoff weight. $46. Sorry. 45.6. Runway length here in Canberra. When I get to it, is 3,283. Runway direction is 170. Calculate. Okay, flux temperature is 49. Crosswind is 1 to the left. .49 is set. Hi there, Steve Mitchell. Yeah, I think we'll be okay this time. We've done a bunch of stuff to the sim. Fortunately, we just need to reinstall some bits for Canberra. It's not so much reinstall. I think we have to remove an AFCAD file. Now, we've got the takeoff sorted. Let's check on the rest of the flight plan. And we want CB W4, whatever it is there. Airways Whiskey 423. Got Cullen. Yankee 59. Tessat. That's everything. Let's have a look at what's happening down in Sydney. As far as the weather is concerned, we have Sydney 040, total runway 34s, port 34 left. Off the rivet. Good stuff. Okay then. We'll have a chat to the guys on 124.5. Meanwhile, before we do that, I'm just going to punch on the fuel and we'll get the AP going. Before we do that, I'll also grab our fire tests. Something I want to do before we do that. Initializing the IRS. Now the fire tests.
Fire right engine. Fire left engine.
Cool.
Cargo smoke. Stabilizer. Slats. Flaps. Brakes. Stabilizer. Slats.
Glide slope.
Pull up.
Terrain, terrain. Pull up.
Seatbelt signs are on, emergency lights are sorted. Just going to turn on the air conditioning for a second, get some heating on. Galley power is in. Start pump is not required.
All stations, Canberra information, Delta now, current changes, winds 1003, 8 knots, visibility 5,000 metres in heavy showers of rain.
Cool,
Scattered
just checking that is okay. I think
1,500
I
broken,
know
2,500 broken, 5,200. Changes, Canberra information,
Yeah, I think I can
Delta.
hear myself over the top of him. Hopefully you can too. And we'll ask him for some clearance. To do that, I might need a page open. Here we go. QJE 1520. Canberra, good day. QJets 1520 requesting clearance to Sydney.
Jet 1520, Canberra approach, good evening, clear to Sydney via Cullen, there's flight plan route to Rivet, then to Rivet 3 arrival, Cullen 9 departure, runway 17, climb via the SID to 10,000, squawk 2164, departures with me 124.845.
Cleared to Sydney, rather Cullen 9 departure, runway 17, then the Rivet 3 arrival to Sydney. Initial climb 10,000 feet via the SID, and squawk code 2164, departures of 124.5, QJets 1520.
QJet 1520.
Cool. 2164, set. It's runway 17. Cullen 9. Initial climb is 10,000. That's set. So our initial climb is. So the V speeds 120, 127 and 136. And the climb out safety is 207. Essentially been clean. Let's run some checklists. Okay, gears, pins and covers are removed. Maintenance log is with us. Status page, we'll check it now. Yeah, just waiting on our IRS to come up. Status cabin door. And yaw damper. Cargo smoke test has been completed. Hydraulic panel not yet set. That's set now. Electrics. Okay, let's go and check that out now. Electricals are on the APU. Everything's good there. Air panel. Much the same. Ice protection. Currently set. Temperature's currently 20 something, isn't it? 17. We may need it later, but we'll turn on the anti-ice on the windshields, anti-fog on the windshield, and the rest will have off for the takeoff. Fuel panel is set for the entire flight. Fire test is done. IRS is waiting on that. Takeoff warning system is being checked. Fuel switches are off. Radar, leave it off until the runway, but we will certainly need it on for the departure. Transponder is on standby, just waiting for the IRS. And rudder and aileron trim are set to 0. Have hydraulic sitting on now, so we'll do the aileron trim. 4.3 for stabilizer trim. Stab trim is set. Takeoff briefing. Okay, takeoff briefing. We're sitting on gate roughly. Doesn't look like that at all. I'll be pushing out nose to the left. I'll be taxiing out via probably Charlie Bravo Delta, crossing the runway up Alpha to the full length runway 17. With the wet weather we can't take the Delta, and there's no point taking Foxtrot since we're already over there. Runway's 3,283 meters long. We'll be using a slight derate of 40, whatever it was. What was it? 49 degrees. So that'll give us a little derate there. Flex 1.2 of the EPR. For that, we'll be using profile. We'll be using nav and auto flight for the departure. We are departing via the Cullen departure. No, it's Sid Northjet. There it is. So it's runway 17. We're going out southbound 168 degrees until 3,200. I'll just check this in the legs. So 3,200 direct to Royale, and before we get to Royale we turn to a 025 degree intercept to Onglo, and from there to Poppet. These are not flyover waypoints, they're just intercept headings. Poppet. After Poppet we track to Cullen, just straight off ahead. We need to delete that discontinuity. That's sorted. From there it's Tyrrell Rivet, and they've already given us a rivet arrival for Sydney. Let's brief the arrival. So it's Rivet 3. I suspect it'll be runway 34 left ILS. There we go. Cool, so runway 34 left from Rivet down to, there's discontinuity to get rid of. Rivet to Bigham, Bigham to Tammy, Tammy to Boogie, cross on Boogie and or above 6,000, then Duddock down to Nasho, and we normally get to Nasho at about 4,000 feet, and we enter the ILS vectors runway 34 left. Don't worry about that airborne. Hi there, the David Evans. Happy Easter to you also. And yes, a bunch of lightning and thunder out here. Quite fun to actually fly in this. Quite fun watching this weather kind of drip down the windscreen as well. Wipe some of it away with the windscreen wipers. You can even see these like points of rain getting stopped by the windscreen wiper there. That's fun. And we're let it kind of come back again. Good stuff. Just checking on doors. That's alright. Okay, let's make an announcement to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Trent Hopkinson. We are flying to Sydney today. Joining me on the flight deck is First Officers YouTube. We'll be taking over to Sydney on the flight today about 35-40 minutes on board our Boeing 717 jet airliner. I do hope you enjoy the ride with us. Obviously a little bit of weather around today, so expect a few bumps. That said, we should be operating nice and safe. That said, our flight attendants will be coming through the cabin in just a couple of minutes to ensure that you're aware of any emergency procedures, just in case something does happen untoward. I do ask that you pay full attention to these flight attendants, as they do have your safety in mind as they give their safety messages today. That said, once we are airborne, about a 30-minute flight over to Sydney, so we should be over there relatively quickly. Just taking a look at some of the details of our flight plan today, and the weather down in Sydney, not quite as rough it is here. A little bit windier though, but there's currently no rain on the system, or there is some forecast later tonight as this thunderstorm is moving north. Nevertheless, I do hope you enjoy the flight with us. Thanks for flying with Qantas and our partners Qantaslink. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for departure. Good stuff. So, checklist. Trims have been set. How's that O2 going? My side's good. Good stuff. Bloodline, chips and papers are with us. Fuel quantity is checked. We have 4.8. And looking on our flight plan today, that's the minimum. Release 4.9, our minimum takeoff is 4.28. FMS is set. Flap takeoff selector is for 13. Stabilizer trim is set 4.3. Takeoff briefing is complete. Mobile phones are away. 4-start checklist. Our dispatch release is with us. FMS weight data is verified. Doors and windows slides are closed. Seatbelt signs are on. Got all the lights that I can muster. Hydraulic transfer pumps are on. Pack isolation switches can go into the open position for the engine start. Beacon light goes on. And parking brakes once we have the pushback truck ready. Canberra QJet 1520 requesting push or gate number 3.
QJet 1520, push and start approved.
Push start approved, QJet 1520. We are cleared for the push. Air isolation is set. Smoking, park, external power. I'm going to get that external power off. And maintenance. Hi there, we are ready for the push. We are cleared to push, nose to the left. Logo lights on.
Station, Canberra information echoing our current changes, winds 130 degrees, 11 knots, the visibility greater than 10 kilometres, in showers of rain, clouds scattered 1,500, scattered 2,600, broken 3,600. The 281.024 changes Canberra code.
Alright, we're clear for the starter. Pack's coming off. And we'll start engine number 2. Engine number 2 starting. There's 20. Number 2 set on. Brake is set. And left engine start. There's 20. Left engine start run. Starter cutter. Ready. Deploy flaps. That's flap 13. Flap 13 is set. Controls to the right, controls to the left. Rudder. Config is set. Let's run that checklist. Our start checklist. External power switch is off. Auxiliary transfer pumps are on. Pack isolation switch is auto. Anti-ice is not required. Air data instruments and heat switch is on. Transponder and TCAS go on. Test it first. And ground equipment is clear. Ready for taxi once we do.
TCAS test pass.
Test pass. Transponder is mode C. Canberra QJet 1520 is ready for taxi and will require full length.
QJet 1520, confirm receipt of information echo.
QJet 1520, just stand by. 740. That's text sending. And cover approach. QJet 1520 received echo text only. The voice isn't playing well.
Okay, 1520, thanks. So taxi Golf, enter and backtrack runway 17 report, ready?
Taxi Golf, enter a backtrack, runway 17, QJet 1520. Now that's a weird one. Golf and backtrack. Okay. Brakes released, and good morning to Aviation Pro. Aviation Pro, nice to see you. Thanks for the wishes. Yes, the new PC is coming along nicely. And David Stevens, the runway, how wet is it at Canberra before takeoff? It'll be quite wet. It's been raining all afternoon as far as I'm aware. But that's alright. I should recalculate, shouldn't I? Do we have a wet thing? Yes. That's right. Policy is to have no D-rate on wet runway. D-weight removed. Facts will still be on for the takeoff. Everything else is correct. V1 is 120 now. Thanks for the reminder, David. That's why we have first officers in the cockpit. The runway is wet because it's been raining all night. .20 is set. Might want some lights on. There we go. Okay, we're entering the runway. Be that one straight ahead. Traffic is selected, and we'll leave the radar on. All the lights in. Yeah, I can see them flashing away there. Radar test.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
That's the scariest alarm ever. Yeah, looking both ways, but we're cleared onto the runway, and we're doing a backtrack, not a cross. Where the radar is on. I'll take terrain on my side. Yeah, someone mentioned that I didn't look both ways on the runway, but we're cleared onto and then backtracking onto the runway. So if there's an airplane coming at us, that's the controller's fault. Yeah, pretty quiet night in Canberra. Although not quiet in the sense of there's thunderstorms. Monday night on public holiday. Parliament's not open, so no politicians hanging around. So Qantas has dumped all the normal Dash 8 flights and put everyone on this 717. Thanks to James. Yes, this is a very smooth, nice PC now. Good old RTX 2070 on i7 7800 core. See how it survives. Con 7's cockpit. Yep, beautiful plane, the TFDi. Yeah, 717 itself is a very nice aeroplane. It's been a while since I've flown in one, but yeah. And yep, Aussie Aircraft 98, absolutely night and day, quite funny. Haha, it's night time.
Canberra approach Alpha November Alpha with you. Alpha November Alpha, Canberra approach, good day. Confirm receipt of information echo. You're receiving information echo, Alpha November Alpha.
Goes to Rilla.
Alpha November Alpha, runway 17, expected VOR approach, descend by at the start at 7,000. VOR approach, 5 stars, 7,000, Alpha November Alpha.
Has another aeroplane on the way. Okay, we'll start this turn around. We'll grab that last checklist as well. Flaps are set, spoilers are armed. Light controls are checked, auto brakes are not installed, FCP is set for departure. We will have nav and we'll have profile. Takeoff briefing is completed. And before takeoff checks once we've completed the turn. Seat the crew.
Canberra approach Alpha November Alpha, unable VOR approach.
Cabin crew, please be seated for landing. For takeoff, sorry. They're not landing, they're taking off.
Alpha November Alpha, the only other approaches available are the RNP approaches. You could possibly do a visual approach for runway 17.
Visual in this weather? Good luck.
Okay,
runway entry point is a full length. EAD is checked. Cabin crew has been set. Landing lights are set. Radar is on.
We will.
Transponder is TARA. Before takeoff checklist is complete.
Continue on the approach that I'm on, or the arrival I'm on. And if the cloud gets a bit better, then I'll tell you. Alpha November Alpha.
Canberra QJet 1520 is ready, runway 17.
QJet 1520, runway 17, clear for takeoff.
17 clear for takeoff, QJet 1520. We are clear for takeoff. Brakes released. On the N1. Takeoff power set. Airspeed alive. $100 knots. V1, road safe. V2. Positive right. Gear up. Go departures, QJet 1520 is leaving 3000 on climb 10,000.
QJet 1520, identified climb by 10,000.
I'd rather see 10,000 QJet 1520.
All stations, Canberra information, Foxtrot, now current changes, winds 130 degrees, 10 knots, the clouds scattered 1,100, scattered 2,600, broken 3,800, changes, Canberra Foxtrot. Alpha November Alpha, descend by the start 6000.
Acceleration heights.
Descend by start 6000, Alpha November Alpha.
Flaps retract. That's flap 0. And slats retract.
Alpha November Alpha, descend by the start 5000. By the start 5000, November Alpha.
Altitude.
1000 to go. Auto flight.
QJ 1520, contact Melbourne Center 124 days 40, good evening.
124.0, QJet 1520. Full 0.
Stabilizer motion.
Melbourne Center, QJet 1520, 10,000 out of Canberra.
1520 Melbourne Center, good day, climb flight level 230. Start winds rivet through arrival runway 34 left.
Flight level 230 and rivet 3 arrival, runway 34 left, QJet 1520. Profile set. There goes off. Remember to Launceston? Sounds like a good plan for next week. Thanks, Australian Skywatch. Watch out
Stabilizer
for
motion.
spilled milk run Monday next week. Probably going to be there. David Stevens, bumpy flight down to Sydney. Yeah, I suspect it will be. Certainly a lot of lightning around. This jet doesn't like taking its turns, does it? Yeah. Don't know why we oversped N2. We did have, we removed the D-rate. That's why we have D-rates. So it doesn't overspeed the engine temp. We've got 100.5 instead of 100. We've derated to about 94. Thanks. Yep. I've been wanting to go to Launceston anyway. I want to take the Dash 8 out next week. So, Launceston sounds like a good idea.
Direct Rumi, you're currently 40 nautical miles to the north of Rumi.
Direct to Rumi for point 102.
And ambulance 233 identification terminated, no reported observed traffic around Mangalore or Lacey.
Aussie Skywatch, yep, thank you very much. And Aussie Aircrafts 98, very much so. Look at all that red on the radar, pretty hilarious. Fortunately we're leaving it somewhere around Cullen. So we're, I think, already above the clouds mostly, so go ahead and turn off that seatbelt sign. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Captain speaking from the flight deck. I have turned off the seatbelt signs at this time and you are free to move about the cabin. That said, with all the thunderstorm activity around, I do suggest that if you are intending to remain seated, that you keep your seatbelts fastened in case the aircraft does experience any unexpected turbulence, which may be the case in this kind of weather. That said, if you do need to move about the cabin, for instance go to the toilet, then you are free to do so now. Turn that anti-fog system off. PM on Monday. Not bad milk run. Got up in nice and early. Grab the Sydney ATIS on 126.25. I happen to know that one off by memory, but if you didn't, you just need to open up, check your this thing here and go ATIS. 126.25. Obviously you can't tune 118.55. That's a oh, there is a frequency there, but 126.25 is the correct one. Let's go ahead and listen.
Runway 34,
Altitude.
left and right, for arrivals and departures. Parallel runway operations in progress. Independence departures in progress. Wind 030 degrees 11 knots, maximum crosswind 9 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud view 4,000 feet. Temperature 24. QNH 1022. On first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of information India. Sydney terminal information India. Expect ILS approach. Runway 34, left and right, for arrivals and departures. Parallel runway operations in progress. Independence departures in progress. Wind 030 degrees 11 knots, maximum crosswind not.
Good stuff, doing what, 290 knots? Starting bumping that up to about 300. And descent forecast isn't a thing that this aeroplane has. Never mind.
Velocity 870 star clearance available.
David Stevens, yeah, had a pretty good weekend. Didn't do much. I was installing scenery and aircraft and
Velocity 870 star
the
clearance
flight
reading
sim.
7 Alpha arrival runway 16.
Mostly that.
Flight level 25, yeah.
Some kids knocked on my door asking if I'd seen their rabbit, which I hadn't.
Velocity 8.
And we did far too many live streams. Almost out of the data. Almost. I think I've got about 5 gig left, so hopefully we'll make it to the end of this. I suspect it'll run out sometime overnight. But yeah. 60 gigabyte data pack, all done in an Easter weekend. 4 days, done. Bye.
QJ 1521 ready, defirm flight level 130.
Is that for us? Good, it's 1520, flight level 130. Okay, let's do the brief for it. Rivets, begin, Tammy, at or below 9. Just double check that's there. Tammy below 9 is there. Cool. We'll leave it until rivet to descend. Okay, for the ILS, runway 34 left. We're intercept at 3000, then down the ILS.
Qantas 440 start.
Inbound course is 335 and ILS is 110.1. Minimums is 220 on Barrow.
Qantas 440 start clearance available.
That's set. Double check the outside. That's set. Okay, the QNH down there is 1022. We'll set that up in the standby. Oh yeah, that's right, we can't. Damn thing. Just as a reminder.
Velocity 870. And then at 233 identified, full count.
Okay, so we'll be touching down on runway 34 left. We'll need to vacate on the high speed, which is Bravo 9. And then we'll taxi Bravo crossing runway 25 all the way down to the end of Bravo, enter on Charlie 1, then domestic 1, and all the way down domestic 1 to gate number 2 or 3, maybe even 1, depending on how we feel. That's where the 717's parked.
233 you identified, maintaining 4 down.
And Aussie Aircraft has asked how long it's taken me to transfer all the stuff over from my old sim. Well, I didn't, because my old sim is a prepared version 3.4, 64-bit, and it's not compatible for all this kind of thing. So I've just re-downloaded stuff from scratch using my 60 gigabyte data pack, which I've almost completely drained of data. And yeah, all from scratch. It's been a pain. David wants an Airbus A330. Well, I don't have one, so at some point in the future, when Aerosoft or FS Labs, whoever gets there first, or whoever's better, because it'll be FS Labs, but if Aerosoft get there first and put their A330 out, I'll certainly buy that, and we find that everywhere. Until FS Labs come out with theirs, which will be better.
Qantas 440 Melbourne better?
Yeah, I must have missed that, but we've got our star arrival, so...
Let's run a...
runway 34 left and flight level 250,
yeah, so I've done the ILS. Missed approach is 3,000 feet and a heading of 320, which I'll go ahead and set in there. 320. And if any luck, we won't need to do a go around. And I've already looked at where we're taxiing. That's cool. So it's domestic, gate number 2 as preference. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Captain speaking from the flight deck once again. We're preparing to descend into Sydney at this stage, and we're looking to arrive into Sydney in about 20 to 25 minutes time. After landing, we'll be taxiing out to the terminal, probably another 5-10 minutes before we're at the gate. So looking at an arrival time of just about 6:45, 7 p.m. Looking at the weather down in Sydney, 24 degrees Celsius currently, and light scattered cloud, no rain. So much nicer weather in just a few miles north of Canberra. That said, I do hope you have a very safe and enjoyable journey out of Sydney Airport today. Thanks for flying with us on Qantas and Qantaslink. I do hope you've enjoyed flying with us on our Boeing 717. Cabin crew will be coming through the aircraft to ensure that we are ready for our landing. I do ask the cabin crew to please prepare the aircraft for the arrival.
Yeah, so QJ 1520 descent to 8,000, Sydney QNH is 1022.
Down to 8,000, QNH 1022, QJ 1520. And I guess we'll idle it now. Go for a flight path angle of negative.
Qantas 492, start clearance available.
-3, there we go.
492, we don't have any stars up, we're probably going to need vectors on our approaching
Qantas 492, no problems from Carrick, expect vectors for the ILS runway 16.
QNH 1022.
130.
And that is set. Storm light can go off.
Velocity 870, descent flight level 130. Flight level 130, velocity 8.
Hi there to Dirk. How you doing? Hi. Idle thrust set. No idea why the aeroplane was wandering off like it was.
Really copy, Qantas 454.
Qantas 454, start clearance through 3, arrival runway 34 left. When ready, descent flight level 250.
Yeah, Canberra over 3, arrival for 340, and we're ready to descend to flight level 250. Qantas 454.
Hi there to Lee Spender. We received the PC, well, 8 days ago now, so it's been in the house for 8 days. I got it just before Easter, mostly because I wanted to spend 8 days, or at least 4 days in a row of installing the new P3D on there, which is what I've been doing.
That's 440.
That's a very nice system now. Idle clamp. Now we're needing 250. Seatbelt signs on.
Qantas 102, now heading to flight level 30.
That's 492, thanks.
Boogie. So where are we going? Direct to Boogie. Got Nick Waller enjoying some Vatsim down in Melbourne.
QJet 1520 descend to 5000 at National, turn left heading 065.
Yeah, 6000 and heading 065 at Nasher, QJet 1520.
Velocity 870 descend 9000 Melbourne QNH 1022. So Melbourne QNH 1026.
What the heck is going on there?
Descend 9000, 1026, velocity 870.
Qantas 455 dark clearance available. Qantas 455. Qantas 455 dark clearance rivet 3 arrival runway 34 left. When ready descend fly level 250.
Rivet 3 star, descend flight level 240 when ready. Qantas 2455.
Stabilizer motion.
Run the checklist. And data briefing is completed. DA set. 220. FMS is set. Seatbelt signs are on. Altimeter is set. Cross checked. Hydraulic transfer pumps are on. And exterior lights
Descend flight level 130, Qantas 440.
are set. Nick Waller asking how long I'll be on for. The live stream will be finishing after I land at Sydney and shut the plane down, but I am actually going to fly offline, well, on Vatsim, but recording, so I don't have to blast megabits up.
QJet 1520 descend to 4000.
Send 4000, QJets 1520. $4,000 sets. Grand Psych in the shadows up there. Hello to Australian Oz Flight Simmer. Head on. And happy Easter to you also, Grant. We're landing in Sydney fairly soon. We've got a heading 065 after that show.
QJ 1520, turn left heading 050.
Heading 050, QJ 1520.
Good evening, Melbourne Centre, Delta Delta 93. It's passing through 4,000, 5,000.
Delta Golf 9 and 3, Melbourne Centre, you know you identified climb flight level 350.
Speed coming back to 200. And thanks to Oz Flight Simmer. Yes, the PC is looking very nice now.
Delta Golf 9 3, identified climb flight
Stabilizer
level
motion.
Yeah, Nick Weller, I don't fly with any VAs.
Yeah, Chloe 350, Delta Golf 93.
It's just a thing. There's our flaps, we'll take flap 15.
492, turn right heading 255.
Flap 13, please.
Hold velocity 870, descend to 5,000.
Speed 180.
Send 5,000, velocity 870.
Set.
Ambulance 233, cleared to Avalon, sorry, cleared to Essendon via Colts, plan route. When ready, descend to 2,500 and report visual.
Flaps 18.
QJet 1520, turn left.
Altitude.
30. Are you currently 19 nautical miles to the south of Sydney, cleared the island, runway 34 left, reporter established.
Being 360 and report established once established on runway 34 left, ILS QJet 1520. Flaps 20 and now I'll leave it. Yes, CH Yoke. Thanks to
Qantas 492,
ISO back.
descend 9,000, Melbourne QNH 1026.
9,000,
Qantas 440, descend 10,000, Sydney QNH 1022, runway 34 left, expect new ILS.
Okay, descend to 10,000 on 102, runway 34 left, Qantas 440.
localizer capture, glide slope, auto land. Speed back to 160. Landing gear down. Flaps 25.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing checklist. Landing gear down, 3 green. Spoilers are on. Flaps are set. 25 will be 40 for landing. Auto rake set. And the approach speed is 136. Checklist complete. Got the good old CH Yoke and CH the full throttle, the 6 throttles.
492, descend to 5,000, you've got approximately 40 nautical miles left to run.
FMS speed set. And flaps 40.
That's 492. Can you please repeat the last message, please?
Qantas 492, no problem, descend to 5,000, you've got approximately 40 nautical miles to touchdown.
42 knots. 14 nautical miles to touchdown, taking 5,000 492.
Go Chris, he's flying.
QJet 1520, contact the tower 120.5.
120.5, QJet 1520.
Melbourne,
Sydney Tower, QJet 1520, final 3 for left.
QJet 1520, good evening. 040 on top from 34, please away.
3 for left, close line, QJet 1520. ...2,000 feet, we are stable. My airplane.
Autopilot.
And throttles. Down. My throttles.
And QJet 1520, roll through to Foxtrot if available. Student target 8, call 630 with push, request push.
Out of marker. 1300. Set.
Student target call 680, request push. Update, push through.
1,000.
Stable.
Jet 1520, just advising, roll through to Foxtrot is approved.
Roll through the Foxtrot, QJet 1520.
Glide slope.
500.
Glide slope.
runway 34 left. Like 421, taxi via Charlie, on Charlie cross runway 25, and holding for Bravo 10.
400. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100.
Roger, Charlie,
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Target 8, corner 803, holding Tango 6, ready. Contact 803, runway 3 for right, clear for takeoff. Clear takeoff, corner 803.
Going through the Foxtrot.
Jet 1520, what day are you after? And she's out with 680, press taxi 348. What a pace. ActiveSky Charlie on Charlie cross runway 25, Bravo 10, Tango, Tango. No, Charlie cross 25 on Charlie Bravo 10, Tango, Tango 6, close 680.
QJet 1520 vacated, and we're taxiing up to domestic one.
QJet 1520, take Bravo and Bravo 2 out to the bay, and I'll just hold for a bit. I'll wait for company to leave the next one.
Bravo and Bravo 2, and we'll hold short of Charlie, QJet 1520. Let's return this corner. Wonderful Jetstar parked in the right place. Night textures look amazing in this new system. Particularly like in those light blooms. Yeah.
Corner side 0301 through 2,000 feet, tracking Drift Road.
Corner side 03, call the bus down.
The Viking spoilers directed, flap slats subtracted, radar off. Radar off transponder, we'll leave it on. Landing lights are off, external lights set, APU is starting, auto brakes off.
Jet 1520, East Independent, one ride, Bravo 2.
In domestic, 1 via Bravo 2, QJet 1520. Okay, D2. Okay, so I think it is Theodore.
Doing 421 to find right, heading 020, on my 34 left, leave the medical.
747 sitting there on the domestic.
And right heading 020, 34 left, left, take off, Juliet 421.
Sydney Tower, good night.
Everyone's on early tonight because of Easter.
10, be shortly approaching like top of the tank. Can you avoid the runway I'll be landing on?
Or is that corner 2810?
Right, Sydney Tower, this is Qantas 2810. I'll be approaching my top of the tank shortly. So just wanted to know which runway I'll be arriving on. 34 left or 34 right?
On a 2810, the best person to talk to would be Melbourne Centre on 124.0.
Repeat that same transmission again, please.
On the 2810, the best person to talk to would be Melbourne Centre 124.0.
TFDi,
124.0, Qantaslink 10.
Nice Airbus A330 over there. That's not 330, it's a 76.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 440. Qantas 440 Sydney Tower, g'day. Wind runway 34 left, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 34 left, Qantas 440. Like 421, contact departures, g'day.
Oh, it's Phoenix 421.
Tactilizer off. On stand, parking brake is set. APU's on the bus. Cool. APU is on the blade. And we'll shut it down. Right engine off, left engine off. Cabin crew disarm doors, cross check. Beacon is off. Wheel chocks and cones. Let's get these things open.
New Zealand 42 with Foxtrot stand 58 request pushing sub.
Transponder coming off. There they go.
Thank you for a wonderful
Our
flight.
wonderful passengers enjoying their, I guess they're going back home from Canberra. Okay, parking checklist. Parking brake is set, flap slats are up, sides are disarmed, APU is on, lead and the bus. Engine ignition switch is auto. Fuel switches are off. Get most of these ones off too. Just so the forward one's there. Seatbelt switch is off, beacon light is off. Exterior lights are set. Fuel control panel is set with the APU. Pack isolation switches are off. Open. Ice protection panel set for the ground.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
Status page.
You too. Thank you. You did a great job.
Transponders standby. And we are done.
Great job, gentlemen.
Great job indeed. Great job indeed.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you. Bye, thank you.
Alrighty.
You too.
Let's have a look outside. That moment you realise that you've left the bloody flaps down.
Alright. Bye, hello, bye, thank you. Thank you. Bye, thank you. Alright. Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful flight. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Well, here are in Sydney. Bunch of traffic happening tonight. Good to see. Some of the air traffic controllers dropped offline at about 6:30. I'm assuming they're going to be back later. Or they might not be, who knows. Anyway, I've enjoyed the flight. I hope you have too. PC's coming along nicely with the old 717. Delivering a good... I wasn't even checking the frame rates there. Anyhow, I've been Musical Labour. I'll see you guys next time we take to the skies. I think I've got another old PC flight coming up. That's coming up in sometime, maybe towards the end of this week. Anyhow, catch you guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.